Hello and welcome to this random idea that we both came up with, where we are going to rank presidents of the United States of America.
Yep.
So, starting with, of course, George Washington. Um, as
Up
an
top.
American, of course,
Yeah.
the greatest president.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone who's British, probably not that good.
Yeah.
Um, then we got John Adams. So I have some Wikipedia tabs open for presidents that
Also, John
we
Adams
don't know
was
that much
kind of
about.
scandalous.
Yeah.
Also, his
Um,
censure thing, where like you shouldn't be able to talk against the government.
yeah, he was a Federalist too.
Yeah. He what?
There we go.
He was the first and only Federalist president.
He was an opponent of the Stamp Act, obviously. I mean, I think everyone was.
Yeah.
Um, Counsel for the British for the Boston Massacre.
I think I'd put him at a C
That's
tier
something. Um, I
because
think that's. I haven't even scrolled down to his presidency. He was an ambassador to the Dutch Republic. That
yeah.
sounds like a
Well, we're
really
talking
boring
about
job.
presidency, Mister. We just go
I know.
straight to the
I'm
presidency.
getting.
We need to talk about what he did in his presidency.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Oh
Failed
my.
Peace Commission and XYZ affair.
Yeah, his XYZ affair. I remember. I recall that.
Sentiment changed with the XYZ affair. The Peace Commission that Adams appointed consisted of John Marshall, Charles Colesworth, Pinkney. That is a weird last name. Elbridge Jerry.
Elbridge
That's a
Jerry, the
funny.
gerrymander dude.
Oh, he looks. He look at him. He's a
And then
funny
you
looking
also, yeah, the
guy.
Censure Act. So he was pretty,
Alien and
like, in the
Sedition
middle.
Acts.
That
Yeah,
was the one. That was the one where, like, you couldn't talk
he's
against the government. And
definitely a C. Tommy Jefferson. Now, this is something that I feel like a lot of people um are
in my
like
opinion, he's
confused about because
between a C. Oh, he's not. Between a B and a C. He's not
yeah,
a D.
I would personally put him in B. And by the way, we're basing this off of their presidencies, not their persons, because Jefferson, as
And a
pretty
little
much
bit of their
all of the
persons.
early, pretty much
Still,
all of the early presidents were, he was slave owner.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
he did the
so I
Louisiana
think B's
Purchase,
reasonable.
which was
Yeah,
good.
exactly. B's reasonable mainly because of the Louisiana Purchase, but that's a time where he stepped away from his political
Party.
beliefs to do
Yeah.
what was right for the country.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all right. Let me
Yeah.
pull up our next tab. Now we have
James
James
Madison.
Madison.
I think
Now,
he's a C tier.
I think I'm going to have to agree with that. Let me scroll down to
Because the
presidency.
War of 1812 he really didn't need to do. Also, I forget when, but one of these two did the Barbary Wars, which was good and like helped them. But I'm just unsure which one of them did the Barbary Wars.
Madison remained Democratic Republican
But whichever
option.
one did the Barbary Wars, I just can't remember. Definitely improved. Where like they fought pirates in Libya,
Mm-hmm.
which was interesting, which was good. And then the 1812 when between these two time periods they had the French and British were not
Well,
trading with
they,
them.
yeah, they had the quasi war,
Yeah.
and I feel like Madison had a decent amount to do with that.
Yeah, but the War of
I
1812
think,
really didn't need to happen.
I think it did not need to happen. I think C's reasonable
Monroe, I don't know
for that.
much about
James
Monroe,
Monroe. Well, he had the what was it called? The Monroe Doctrine.
which was pretty good, but what
That
else did
was
he
pretty
do in
good.
his presidency?
Let's see. Let's see this. There's Governor of Virginia. Okay. Presidency, domestic affairs. Monroe largely ignored old party lines, making federal appointments, which reduced political tensions and arguments. Hold on, I have to mute first.
Oh, well, I don't know much about Monroe. I don't think he was that bad, so I'm just gonna put him at a.
Well, the Missouri Compromise.
Yeah. If he did the Missouri Compromise, that's gonna move.
He, yeah,
Was
he
that
did the
like
Missouri
was that him
Compromise.
or was that
He might have started it.
Because if that was Congress, that wouldn't fall on him.
The a bill to enable the people of the Missouri Territory to draft a constitutional form of government
I mean,
came before the House of Representatives.
he was the first president.
It was
He ran unopposed in his second
Congress.
term. That
Well,
means
we
people
had
liked him and he won.
Panic of 1819. 2 years into his presidency, Monroe faced an economic crisis known as Panic 1819. Okay, so he had that.
Yeah, so I put him at a C tier.
I think C is gonna have the majority of our presidents. Quincy
Yes,
Adams down
100%.
there. That's Quincy
Quincy
Adams
Adams
belongs
at a
down there.
D is very reasonable.
Very
Also,
reasonable.
Andrew Jackson at a D. He would be at an F if it weren't for his economic stuff, but like the Trail of Tears,
Yeah.
that puts him in the F. But if he didn't like remove national debt and really boost the economy, if he didn't do that, he would be an F tier. So
Martin Van Buren.
I don't know if I only remember him for scandals.
He was one term. He had the
Yeah.
Panic of 1837.
Yeah, I know that.
Indian removal, Texas.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, he wasn't that good of what he did. He was a
pretty mid.
solid D
I
tier
would say
president.
he's either a D or C. Yeah.
Let's go straight to the president of
Henry
31 days.
Harrison.
I'm just gonna
He
put him in the
goes
die too
in.
soon.
Yeah, we don't even need to talk about him. I feel like
John Taylor.
Zachary.
All I know about
Zachary.
Zachary Taylor. All I know about him is that his grandkids are still alive.
John Tyler. We're on John Tyler. Yeah,
We're
yeah.
on John Tyler. Oh.
Yeah. We're getting our people mixed up.
Oh,
All right, John Tyler. You want? There you go.
I don't know much about John Tyler. Like,
hold on. Let's see
area,
this.
I don't
Let's
know
go
much
down
about a lot of these presidents down here.
All right, 18. Yeah, these are all like.
Once we hit the 1900s, I'll know more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. Convened in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. General election. There's no Whig platform. Party leaders decided that trying to put one together would tear the party apart. Yeah. There's Tyler, vice presidency. Here's the presidency. Wow, he had a pretty sizable nose there, Mr. Tyler.
Oh my.
I'm just seeing a picture of his like face sideways, and it is
yeah,
just massive. Unprecedented event that caused considerable uncertainty about presidential succession.
I mean, I don't know if he did anything bad, but like he did nothing really good or noticeable. I mean, he did nothing, so I'd put him in he's either a C or a D tier president.
Well, hold on, here we go.
Okay,
economic policy. Like Harrison, Tyler had been expected to adhere to Whig Party congressional public policies and to defer to Whig Party leader Clay. The Whigs especially demanded that Tyler curb the veto power in response to Jackson's perceived authoritarian presidency. Okay. So, less power to the president, I think, is what I got from that.
Basically, yeah, I guess is what they wanted him to do, but like, did he do it?
Let me see. Congressional Whigs and twice vetoed. I don't think so. So that's probably puts him in a D tier. Yeah, either C or D for him. I feel like.
Polk.
Yeah.
Polk. I'm going to have
James
to put
K. Polk
in the B tier.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Manifest Destiny
to run just one president. Yeah, Manifest Destiny not good, but he also did Texas.
But it also was good at the same time. Manifest Destiny was good at the same time.
I mean,
as it was
yes
bad.
And no.
It was pretty much equally as good as it was bad because, it was good for the United States but bad for people living where we expanded to.
I will neither agree or disagree with that statement.
Now
Zachary Taylor, he also
now we're on
died.
Zachary Taylor.
Didn't he die he died really soon into his presidency, didn't he?
don't think it
He
was
died like a
soon.
year
He
in,
died July 9th, 1850. When was his election?
a year before. He was president for a year and like 4 months, because they inaugurate in March.
It
So
was the
he
election of 48, yeah.
so he wasn't there
Um,
much.
Presidency 49 to 50. As president-elect, Taylor kept his distance from Washington, not Western Division Command until
I think he really died too soon to really be
49.
judged.
I think so
I mean, if you don't like
too.
reach the 2 year mark, I think he would just like die really soon, too soon.
Yeah, yeah, alright.
Millard Fillmore. Don't.
Millard Fillmore. I do not know much about him other than he has a silly name.
He didn't do anything. I don't. I don't believe.
Did he, like, literally just sit there?
I don't know. Wait, 1850. He was during Bleeding Kansas, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah. If not him, that was. He was till 52. I'm just doing some stuff in my brain.
He only did.
Yeah. He was in like he was 50, 51, and 52. And I think that's when like the Kansas stuff happened. So Franklin Pierce F tier, I think.
What he consumed likely gave him
I put Pierce in the F tier.
infectious. Oh. Oh. I'm reading the succession
Joining
amid
Pierce in F
crisis
tier.
for Zachary Taylor.
Buchanan.
Infectious
Buchanan didn't do
diarrhea.
anything. He didn't do anything to help with the slavery problem. He basically just let the Civil War happen.
I mean, it was pretty unavoidable.
It was unavoidable, but like he did nothing to make it avoidable.
I think D's reasonable.
For what?
For Millard.
Yeah, Millard I put in D. I put Pierce in F, and I put Buchanan in F.
I don't know if I would put Pearson F. Let me.
Well, if you
scroll
want to go
down.
back and review that, I'll just keep going until you come back to challenge my opinion. I'm gonna put Lincoln. I don't know if I'm gonna put him in S or A. I mean, he did.
If you aren't gonna put him in S, I think he definitely belongs in A.
Because I'm like, he should go in S for preserving the Union, abolishing slavery. But like what he did, he passed laws where he used the Civil War to like benefit him politically. I don't know how to say it. Like he suppressed opponents, so that's why I put him in the A tier.
I think I can agree with A tier for him.
Andrew Johnson, you already know why he's an F tier.
Yeah. We don't even need to talk about that. Grant is probably easily A or B.
I'd put him in an A tier if not for his obliviousness to the corrupt people in his administration. If he wasn't so oblivious to them, he'd definitely be an A tier. Rutherford B. Hayes. He's down low. I know that for sure. He's down here. Cause
hold on. What's his middle name? Burchard Hayes.
That's interesting. But
that is
his election definitely messed up Reconstruction, which we needed. Reconstruction was falling out of favor
as I saw earlier, it was already people were tired of Reconstruction.
They let Hayes be president, and if they removed Reconstruction, so that's why I became president. So he removed Reconstruction and did not much other.
Yeah, ended Reconstruction, civil service reform.
I'm just gonna put Garfield and died too soon. He died 2 months after getting shot in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Chester Arthur. He spent a lot of money. I mean a lot of money. And didn't make a lot of money. He spent a lot, didn't make a lot.
Oh, look at his birthplace. It's just a cute little cabin. It's just a cute little yellow cabin.
Grover is not in the right spot.
It's the vice presidency. Here's the presidency.
I messed up Grover and Taft. If I recall, Grover was a pretty middle of the line president, a C tier, if I
Yeah,
recall.
I think you
He
could put
didn't
him
do
in C.
anything bad, just like
We're
Benjamin
definitely gonna have
Harrison.
a lot in C.
Right now, D tier has the most, and C tier is following. I
Yeah,
would have
C
to put
tier will
those
be up
two
there soon.
there.
William McKinley.
I'm unsure
I'm
about
gonna see where
McKinley.
you put him. I would just put him in
I
C,
would put him right here in the middle, a C and a half.
but just put him in C. Just give
Well,
him
I'm
C.
thinking about the Spanish American and the Philippine American, and he got shot.
Yeah, he did get shot, which means someone didn't like him a lot.
Yeah, I think it was a
Where you gonna put
Spanish
where are you gonna
American.
put Theodore? Where
Teddy,
yeah, where are you gonna put Teddy?
I'm gonna put one Roosevelt there, but not the other.
Yeah, yeah.
He did really good, especially Taft.
Put Teddy
I'll
in
do
A.
Taft next, but Teddy, his I love his environmental policy
Oh yeah, and
and his
didn't Theodore kind of like
breaking
um
up the trust funds.
didn't Theodore kind of like make the FDA too?
FD food. Yes, he did. He did also do that. He did a
So
lot of that.
he
He
definitely belongs in
definitely
A.
did a lot of the more progressive stuff.
He definitely
Definitely
belongs
helped
in
the
A.
workers' rights.
Yeah.
Broke up big business, broke up the
Taft.
monopolies. Taft did that, but
Taft is
better.
probably
But his only thing that he
yeah.
did, the only problem was basically when he ran against Woodrow and lost. It should have
Yeah.
only been one of these two, but they both ran because they chose Taft over Teddy.
Speaking of Woodrow Wilson,
He's gonna
I'm
go
gonna
right
go for a
there.
second and get my dog. I agree with that.
Yeah, Woodrow's there. He also did the same thing as John Adams, but he didn't do anything good. He advocated for better things, but he really just didn't join them. Not there. Harding will join him down in
Alrighty,
the
I'm
F
back.
tier.
Yes, I agree with that. Calvin Coolidge,
Harding
probably C,
was
honestly.
big corrupt.
Yeah, Harding belongs there, but Calvin Coolidge, I think, is either B or C.
Uh, I'll put him in a C tier, as I don't know much about him.
He was pretty mid. Herbert Hoover,
Even
example of great person, bad president.
he's gonna go in a D tier, because he tried his hardest, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
FDR,
Roosevelt.
I'll have to put in B tier or C tier. He's one of these two.
I think
I think B
I would put
tier
him in. I would put him in C because
for his World War II
um
leadership. That's why he's gonna go in B.
yeah, but the reason I would put him in C is because he kind of just like tried everything, and
Yeah,
some of the things didn't work and some of the things did. Like
yeah.
he kind of jumped at things with a pretty careless mindset.
Mhm.
That's why I would put him in C. But I mean,
That's
the stuff that he
reasonable.
did worked, and of course the Japanese Americans.
He's gonna fall down to C. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
And also his New
Harry.
Deal stuff like didn't help the most,
I
but
know.
it didn't
Yeah,
not help
it
the
didn't.
most.
Yeah, Harry Truman's probably B.
I'm gonna have to agree with that one. Desegregating the army.
Yeah,
My only problem actually
Eisenhower.
was Eisenhower was president. No, he was president. Telling MacArthur no, leave. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean,
Nuke 'em.
yeah, when he did nuke him, that's understandable. So that's not gonna go against him. So he was a solid B tier president. I just like Eisenhower.
I like Eisenhower. I like Ike.
So I I don't know why I like him, but he wasn't bad. He was not bad.
A military-industrial complex.
Yeah, so I would personally put him in the A.
Kennedy's probably a C or D tier.
C or D. Yeah.
I put him in C because of
I put him in
the
B.
Cuban Missile Crisis. It's because of the Cuban Missile Crisis and his handling of
I would do
civil
that.
rights.
Also, and his handling civil rights is why I'm putting him in B.
Lyndon
LBJ
Johnson is D tier.
D.
He's not F. He's not F because of
I
civil
mean,
rights. He's
he
D
passed the
because of
civil
civil
rights,
rights.
but he didn't believe in them.
Yeah, but he still passed it. He did. He's like Jefferson, right?
Yeah.
Didn't agree with his party, but you know, stepped aside, did the right thing.
I'll put
Nixon.
at C.
Nixon's probably C. Yeah,
I mean,
I
he didn't do
I can
all
agree with
that
that.
much. But
Watergate wasn't even really him.
it wasn't him. He just didn't want it to get out because that would ruin
He
him.
just, yeah, because it would ruin him. Oh, next one. Ooh.
Ford, I could say died too soon, but he didn't die. He just wasn't in there for long. I'd have to
Yeah.
put him. I would put him with Nixon.
Um. Yeah, I
Because he
suppose.
basically just continued what Nixon did.
Yeah. Jimmy Carter is D.
He tried, but he failed.
He tried.
The only good thing he did was the Iran hostage crisis. That's the only good thing I know he did. But he
Yeah.
grew into inflation, which brought in
Now,
who's next.
Ronald Reagan.
Okay, now this
He's
dude can go from A to C, maybe even D, depending on who the person is.
put him right in the middle. Just put him in B, honestly.
I mean, he did great
Cause
for the economy, but he did terribly in foreign policy, and he established modern conservatism.
okay,
But
put him in C.
I
I would
think
say
his economics brings him to the C, so I
I
put him
I
as a
I
C
can agree
tier
with that.
president.
And
Bush,
I am
he's
conservative.
joining his president here. He basically just
Yeah.
continued the Reagan stuff.
Now
Clinton,
Clinton. Clinton's B tier.
I'd put Bill in the B tier.
Put Bill in the B tier.
He passed some nice stuff. I think the one big thing, the one big not good thing, was the crime bill in '92. I
Uh-huh.
think that was pretty bad. Besides that, overall, I mean, I don't care about his little scandal with Monica. Makes
No,
sense.
honestly, I understand. I get married to
Okay, now
Hillary.
we have
Yeah.
the president. That
W is probably either C or D, honestly.
C for 9/11, D for what he did in Iraq. Oh wait a minute, I
Yeah.
need to add someone new. Give me a second. I gotta take someone out and add
Oh.
someone new.
Oh yeah, you do. I forgot about that.
Let's quickly just how do I add
You'll
someone? I don't know. I can't add them, but let's just say this is Dick Cheney right here. So let's just if this was Dick Cheney, I put him all the way down here, but Bush was basically
No, Bush was
influenced by
C.
Cheney a lot.
Yeah.
Obama, none.
Obama is probably also C.
I put him at B tier.
Well, because he was a good guy, right?
Yeah.
Um,
See, now this is where
but
opinions come in.
as a president,
I mean, we could be Ben Shapiro.
no, he's.
I personally, I put him at C. So let's start here. Let's start at C. He fixed the 2008.
Yeah.
He did Afghanistan, which was not good.
Uh-huh.
And then he did a lot of things to help the poor, which results in the B tier. So that's why I put him in B.
I think the only thing I would disagree with that is his spending and the way that he did help the poor.
I mean, after 2008 in the recession, if he didn't spend much, I think that I'm unsure what McCain would have done because I didn't look into that. You have to spend money to not lose a lot of money. Is a way to put it.
Yeah.
So
but
he spent it
I
as
feel
to
like
not lose all.
After the recession, he could have slowed down spending a bit, but he just kept spending.
He kept
I
spending.
would put him in C.
I'm gonna put him in B. Well, when you think about it, you have to spend to better your people's lives. That's why you raise taxes to equal it out. But let's just go to someone else. Donald.
Okay.
Well, let's start at C. Let's start at
Donald? Okay. He was
start at C.
he was good for the economy.
Terrible person. He did some bad stuff, but he did some good things for the economy. C tier.
I would put him in C because he just talked too much.
Joe Biden, just like Donald.
Joe Biden.
Terrible response to Afghanistan.
Yeah, that was bad.
Improved.
That was bad.
Trying to actually give me a second. Let me put Biden back. I'll move him from there. Terrible handling of COVID, and I'll put him there.
But you see, that's where I disagree with the COVID handling because no one handled COVID well.
Have you seen New Zealand in European countries?
Yes. New Zealand.
They handle it very well. Donald Trump just ignored the problem. There was no problem.
Yeah,
If you ignore the problem, you don't help
but
anybody.
that
He
was
ignored the
also
problem
only a year of his 3 years
of his three
in the
years.
presidency,
So
or of his 4 years. A year
that's true, but he still could have
of his four.
handled it better. He
But
basically did
you,
not.
if you, yes, I
I'm gonna
agree.
leave him here.
But you
We
got
can
to think
argue
about
this.
the economy under
Yeah,
his presidency was very good.
it was middle of the line. He didn't make it. He didn't make it
That's
worse, but
that's
he
why
barely made it better.
that's why I would put him in C tier, right in
Yeah,
the
but
middle.
then his economy. If you follow my mice, it's like this: normal, normal, normal. Oh, let's put him back. We're scroll over. He can go back. I gotta put him in the right spot. Up and down, just normal up and down, up and down, up and down. 2020 hits down.
Yeah,
That's why he's going in D2. He could have handled it like other more progressive countries, and it would have went down, but
I
not
wish that
down
there
off
was
the
a
screen, but down,
I
but
wish
like
there
back
was a
up.
C&1 tier because I don't think he belongs with someone like Andrew Jackson and Herbert Hoover, which he's that's why I would put him in C
I'd
right in the
compare
middle.
him to like Jimmy Carter. I'd
I
compare him
don't
to
think
Jimmy Carter.
I don't think I would compare him to Jimmy Carter
Well, like
personally.
Jimmy did some good things, but he also did some terrible things. It's like the flip
Yeah,
flop. Donald did good things with the economy, but did some terrible things like in the social aspect. While Jimmy,
yeah.
yeah,
But some of the way that he acted, like socially,
yeah,
is what
that's
won
also
him the
helping it
presidency.
socially.
The way that he talked to people, like without caring, he talked to
Yeah,
them.
he had no
Like he
filter.
talked to people. He talked to people like a person, not like a politician. He didn't care what happened to him,
Yeah, that's
which earned him the respect of a lot of people. Which is
yeah,
how he
which
won in
also lets people
2016.
hear what he really believes in, and that's why. And some people less agree with him because he's more
Yeah,
outspoken. Which
I I like Donald, but I do not worship Donald.
I just don't like Donald.
I
I don't like Donald.
I definitely supported him in 2016,
I did
100%.
2016, but not in 20. I just didn't really
I
like Hillary. But then when it came down to him and Joe Biden, I'd
20
rather have had Biden.
2020 was an interesting
I supported
situation
someone who wasn't
for an
on here,
election.
who wasn't in here for 2020, but everybody rallied behind Joe Biden, so I had to support Joe Biden.
Yeah, I think I know who you were supporting. Probably who you supported in all of the other elections.
Yep. And
I wish that a Republican had challenged him.
they did, but they lost.
Yeah,
They did, but they lost big time.
yeah, that's yeah.
So this
Well,
concludes our list.
yeah, this is the list. I
Mhm.
think this is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
I would only move a couple.
Okay, now tell me
It's
what you do. This is my list. Now let's see your
as
list. Let's start in
as I
S
said.
tier. Who would be in S tier?
Well, I agree with S. I agree with
How
A.
about
I would just
who'd be in B
I
tier?
would put B's fine. It's really I would just move Donald up into C tier for me.
You would only do that.
Yeah, and I would keep Biden in C.
Mhm. So that's the only
This
difference. This dude.
yeah, that would be my list. It's very small difference.
How about Obama? Because I thought you said like Obama should be more in the C
I
tier.
yeah, I think yeah, I well, because then again we have JFK in the B tier on this list.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
with Obama's
Your
with
list.
Obama being a
My
nice guy,
list.
he's yeah, I guess B tier.
Yeah, that concludes it.
Yep. This is it. This is the list.
Yep.
We're so good at making videos, aren't we? Let's do our great talking.
We're done.